Hello, welcome back to Blender Sushi Live Noding. In this video, we're gonna do something that's a little bit simpler. We're gonna use grease pencil, of course, with and spray chalk, but instead of drawing it manually, we're gonna try the procedural way to do this kind of thing. So we're gonna draw like a bunch of lines, and it's gonna be all procedural. At some point, maybe we can turn this into some kind of like a monad perhaps. Yeah, but anyway, we're gonna do that from scratch. So we already have this grease pencil data here. I'm not gonna delete it. We're gonna use this data block inside SquareChop. It's gonna override whatever we have here, so it doesn't matter what we draw. SquareChop will override the data. So let's use object ID selector and grab our grease pencil data, which is this one, and we're not gonna pass the points out. So it's like we're gonna do the opposite way. So instead of passing all the grease pencil points, we're gonna turn it off and simply pass the data to generate a new grease pencil. So yeah, I'm still getting used to this kind of generative creations of grease pencil. So this is grease pencil, just lines. We have to work in the 3D space, and we're gonna use line. So there you go. That's a single line. It's with 2 points, beginning and the end, and then we can now make like a bunch of lines. Look at it from the top. So we're gonna do it like this, maybe in different steps as well. I'll try to use I think we can use rotations, and Euler perhaps doing it in the z-axis. There's a lot of tricks in SquareChop that you might don't know. You might think that's not possible, but apparently you can actually do that. For example, with the rotations, you can just plug in like a range float into the z-axis, and you can get something like this. So like the ray kind of thing. And also with the stepping, for example, if I'm not wrong, you can use random number to have a different length, maybe. Oh, I'm actually I'm wrong in this case. It's that's not possible unless we use list split. So yeah, list split actually works, and let's make this number the same, 24 here and 24 here. So now we have this ray happening, and this purple lines is actually grease pencil. It just have a different thickness. I don't know why that this stroke and fill doesn't work yet. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, but we can control the pressure. It seems to be controlling just that single line. We can use object ID set mk2 and use stroke, I think it's line width, and just give it a value. Now this value can be randomized as well. See, this seems to be working, and we can continue and maybe randomize the color of the line. This is how we access the parameters. I'm memorizing this at the moment, but you can change this value here, and then you look at the parameter for thin color, for example, or if you want to make changes to the fill or opacity, you can just look at this value here. So I might perhaps I want to change the alpha. I can just do it this way. First of all, color. make it red, make it yellow, and alpha also possible, like so. For the color, we can try using color in, perhaps. Randomizing it in the hue, range float, and yep, something like that. And as usual, give the same value. So we have 24 lines and 24 color to make this a kind of a rainbow color. Okay, so that's yeah, that's actually pretty much what I want to show you. It's actually just getting used to the idea of being able to draw grease pencil using spreadshirt. Of course, you can do a little bit more with this line. Instead of line with 2 vertices, you can do more, like to maybe randomize the line itself. You can use noise as well if you feel like it. Vector, fractal or randomize it. Let's try randomize input vertices first. It's kind of doing something. Okay, so apparently we need to turn off draw cyclic. And what else? You want to have more resolution for the lines? We can do that. Make it 30, for example. And amplitudes. You can randomize the seed for every lines. Currently, it seems like the same random, except that it's being rotated, so it's not so obvious. Remember, we can control the line width here. We can randomize the line width as well. So yeah, this example is really just I'm going through some of the concept. Once again, the basic concepts. So I'll summarize what we already made here. We start with a grease pencil data that we source into spreadshirt, and then this guy, the next node, actually draw the grease pencil using the new data. And what's going in is this line data, which is just a line has 2 points, and then, but we are kind of making bunch of duplicates here because of the rotation node, and rotation nodes getting this value. Currently we are using this rotation from 0 rotations to 360 rotations. We can always adjust this anytime we like. So maybe we want to have just half of them, or just 360, and then we have this thing that's randomizing the length of the line, and then we have this random color for the HSV, so that's pretty clear. And then we also have this control over the line width. So if I make the line really thin, it looks like that. So it's looking pretty interesting. And I'll also have control over the opacity. Grease pencil actually looks really nice. If it has some kind of transparency, it looks really soft, and we can use that. Currently, I think the only way I can render this out is using the render OpenGL. We cannot render using Blender internal or cycles yet, but maybe when grease pencil get updated, so we can take advantage of grease pencil a little bit more. I don't know yet, but I think this has a lot of potential, especially when you add the power of procedurality inside spreadshirt or maybe animation nodes. But this can be useful in the near future, so just keep eyes on it. I'll keep making all these tutorials, and thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.